Welcome to the channel, and this time we're working on this 2010 Kia Sportage. So I was asked to look at this car for the owners, Emma and Calum. You've seen them before. They own the black Vectra I owned, and they own the black Corsa that's been on the channel. In fact, I think Calum appeared on the video when I handed the car over to him. Anyway, they've got this 2010 Kia Sportage, and the original complaint was like a burning smell coming out through the blowers. So I'll just move my socket set out the way, and I'll bring you up to speed on what's happened. So I took the car for a test drive, and the thing is annoying. And I'd stopped at some traffic lights, and the battery light there came on, and I had the ABS light coming, which are down there, and the airbag light. And I noticed I was losing power, lights were getting dim, stuff like that. And I managed to get it back in, as you can see. The battery's so low it won't turn over, but I managed to scan it with my scan tool, and I got an ABS code, an airbag code, and a four-wheel drive code relating to one of the ABS sensors. Anyway, at this moment, I can't really do a proper diagnosis with a battery that's not up to scratch. It's not, it's run down a bit. So I've just spoken to Calum, and I said, well, what I'll do is I can pull the battery off and put it on charge, and that way, with a fully charged battery, I can do a proper diagnosis. I'll be able to start it up, and then I'll be able to test the alternator with my battery test. I'll be able to test the battery once it's charged. I mean, you've got to leave it a while, because when you fully charge your battery, there's like a floating charge on, so you've got to leave it, or just sort of work the battery. Like turn the lights on for a couple of minutes just to get rid of that floating charge. Then you got the proper reading. So anyway, the next thing to do is to pop the bonnet. Sorry, you can't see anything here. It's late at night. It's 9:30. I mean, I got here just before dark, but that's the way. So I don't know where the battery is on these. So you're going to learn with me. And oh yeah, it's right there. It's down there. So I'll just prop this up, and I should be, with that socket set I brought with me, I might be able to pull this battery off. So hang on, I'll just put you down, because I'll need both hands for this. So to pull this battery off, I need to pull off this air intake hose. I'm not sure how to do. There's a couple of plastic screws there. They're like them bit of trim screws. Because I can see the battery terminals, are positive and negative, and they look like 10s. But I think I'll need to get this air inlet out of the way. So luckily I've got this. So I think best just put you down. So sorry about the lack of lighting. I don't know whether you can see this. and out that comes. Make sure not to lose it. And I think, oh yeah, should be able to just pull that out of the way here. Just lift that out of the way. And down there is a battery clamp. I think that's probably a 12 or a 13. And then these battery terminals, they look like 10s. So I'll just try loosen that battery clamp and hope things don't go south. So I'll do it off camera. You can see there, and the battery terminals, and always remove the negative one first, and you don't cause any sparks or shorts to ground or anything like that. And with that, I've managed to liberate the battery. There was just a clamp, which was a 12mm bolt for the clamp, and the terminals were 10mm, so it wasn't too bad. Once I just pulled them two out, pull that back, and it managed to get myself enough room to pull the to get the battery out. So I'm going to take it home, put it on charge, and I'll reconvene. It's going to be tomorrow. So I'm back at HQ. I couldn't help it. I thought I'll do something, have a look at this battery before I put it on charge. So I'll just get multimeter onto it. As you can see, I'm reading just below 12 volts, so that's why it wouldn't crank over. So there's hope for this battery yet. So next thing is to try my trusty top-down battery tester. So I've got my battery tester on, and we can tell straight away it's a Korean battery, and it's a lead acid. So I'll just clamp the negative terminal on, see if it'll do a test. And we can see it's a 720 CCAs. So do a battery test. Like I said, it's a regular flooded lead acid, so we'll go for CCA. $720, cold cranking amps. Enter. We'll see what it has to say. Oh, it just needs a charge. It says 5% health, but it says just charge and retest. So, as I said, I knew there was hope for this battery. I think it just needs a charge. The battery's connected up. Here's my top-down charger, and as you can see, it's starting to take a charge. So that's all good. So I'll leave that overnight. We'll test it again in the morning or whenever. Won't be tonight, so I'll be coming back to you tomorrow. It is now the next morning. I'm going to put the multimeter on the battery. There we go, just showing 13. I've literally just taken off charge, so there's a bit of a floating charge on it. But that doesn't matter, it's good enough for our test. So next thing to do is to get the tester out. So just do what I did before, previous night. I've got Celica's battery here on charge. I tested that as well. It was saying replace it. I've just done a repair cycle on that just before I charge this one up. So it's 720. I'll see what that comes up with. Yeah, it says replace. So that's not good. So it may need a new battery after all. Back at the Kia, I've got the battery, it's charged up, and as you saw previously, it's saying replace. So what I'll do is I'll I'll fit the battery. It's just a reverser taking it out, get the battery tester on it, see how it does on a crank and alternator test. So I've done a test on it, and obviously I've tested the battery as it is. It needs replacing no matter what. I tried a cranking test, but my tester wouldn't register it, so that wasn't good. And it seems to crank it over all right, but spanked battery, that makes no difference. But come to the alternator test, it's putting out less than 13 volts, like 12 volts, 12 and a half volts, which ain't good. So both alternator and battery have gone. So I'm going to get them a price and take it from there. That's all. That's what it needs. It needs both battery and alternator. So I'm gonna end the video here, because if I get the job of replacing the battery and the alternator, that'll be a separate video. So that's it for this Kia. Hope you enjoyed this one as ever. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you